Welcome back, everyone, to this explainer on discovery theories. Today, we're stepping directly into what we call the dynamic academic grid of entrepreneurship. If you've ever wondered how the frankly chaotic world of starting a business actually gets categorized, rigorously studied, and most importantly, funded, well, you're in the right place. We're going to decode the exact frameworks that shape all of it. Here's our roadmap for navigating the grid today. We'll start by looking at what this grid actually is. Then we'll track the evolution from early discovery theories straight through to the modern era. After that, we're going to dive into a gamified system called the actualizer, before finally unpacking the real-world researcher's toolkit to show you how all this applies to actual jobs. Let's get right into it. So, let's unlock this grid and see exactly what we're working with. The study of entrepreneurship isn't just some random collection of shower thoughts. It's a vast, highly structured grid. To put the sheer scale of this into perspective, there are over 100 distinct theories available for us to explore right now. These aren't just minor variations of the same idea either. They are entirely different, unique lenses through which researchers view business creation. It's literally a living, breathing database of human enterprise. Now let's scan the archives and look at the early discovery theories, kicking things off around the 1950s. What's absolutely crucial to notice here is the connective tissue, the steady evolution from one decade to the next. In the 1950s, the Harvard School theory basically put a flag in the ground, establishing the entrepreneur as a distinct economic actor. But researchers almost immediately asked, okay, but who are these actors? And that direct question led right into the 1960s ex-efficiency theory, which argued these actors were unique simply because they could optimize internal firm dynamics that everyone else completely missed. And once the academic world realized entrepreneurs were optimizing overlooked internal elements, it was a totally logical leap to the 1970s niche theory. The thought process evolved to say, hey, what if they apply that same optimization externally to discover highly specific, completely unoccupied spaces in the wider market? And that brings us directly to the explosive expansion of the modern era, from the 2000s onward. We can actually trace a direct line from those 70s niche discoveries right into the 2000s, but here the lens pushes inward. With theories like the individual opportunity nexus and Kurzerian alertness, the focus shifted. Researchers realized it wasn't just about finding an external market gap. It was really about the specific cognitive mindset required to even spot it in the first place. This specific realization sparked a massive paradigm shift in the 2010s with actualization theory. Suddenly, researchers were arguing that entrepreneurs don't just passively spot opportunities at all, they actively, intentionally construct them. And that link carries us all the way to the 2020s, where interpretive philosophy takes this concept to its absolute extreme limit, suggesting that mere expectations themselves can literally be willed into actionable opportunities. Mind-bending, right? To really cement how active this process is, let's jump into a fascinating interactive element from our source material called the actualizer. The core objective of this system is to cultivate digital assets, decrypt data caches, and harvest them for maximum profit, all while protecting the network. And honestly, this perfectly mirrors the modern actualization theories we literally just talked about. In this simulation, just like in modern academic research, you aren't sitting back and passively studying assets. You are actively cultivating them. You're building the opportunity yourself. So mastering this requires a completely hands-on approach. You literally start by scanning the dirt and cultivating seeds, which will eventually yield profit. Along the way, you're hunting for global boosts, you're spamming clicks to decrypt these vital data caches, and importantly, squashing systemic red bugs to keep your research clean. It's this brilliant gamified metaphor for the incredibly rigorous, highly active process of academic theory building. Okay, let's exit the theory grid for a moment and look at the researcher's toolkit. How do we take all this and apply it out there in the real world? Seriously, how do you actually translate knowing all these interconnected theories into a viable career? You use tools like these two incredible resources powered by the OpenAlex API. First, Research Publication Discovery fetches the current trends, showing you exactly which top-ranked journals are publishing on specific niche theories right now. Then, Theory Funder Scout takes that data one massive step further by tracking recent grants to identify principal investigators. These investigators are the exact people actively hiring graduate students. It completely bridges that gap between theoretical study and a fully funded real-world position. And once you've linked the right theory to the right funder, you head over to the Academic Career Portal. Powered by Azuna, this is essentially your ultimate hub for matching that high-level theoretical expertise you just built with tangible, paying employment.
What's really interesting here is the very clear hierarchy of curated academic roles you can target based on your current seniority. Whether you're looking for a PhD or research assistant position using that Funder Scout data we talked about, or you're advancing all the way up to a postdoctoral fellowship or a full professor role, there is a highly structured, defined path for career advancement in entrepreneurship research.
And crucially, we need to remember that entrepreneurship theory is a massively globally funded, universally relevant field. You can filter these opportunities across major research hubs. We're talking everywhere from Australia and Brazil all the way over to Germany and India. Mastering the links between these discovery theories can quite literally take you anywhere in the world. We've traced the direct evolution of thought from the 1950s all the way to today. We've gamified the active process of actualization, and we've mapped out exactly how to find the researchers that actually fund this work. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question to think about. Now that you've unlocked the grid, which discovery theory will fund your future? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep exploring, and I'll see you next time.